Good day, MONEYMAN users. In this video, we're going to show you how to register into the MONEYMAN system. So firstly, you go to our official website, moneymanafrica.com. Then you click on the register button you see here. So we're going to click on register. So at this point, you're going to fill this forms field here with the information which is required. So here we need a first name. So we're going to put a first name, put our first name, and here we put our last name. So now here we're going to type in our email address. So this email address must be correct. This is very important. You need to make sure your email works from the very beginning during the process of registration, because you will need this email in future for other uses. So you need to make sure that it works. Also, you will need to verify this email anytime from now. So you need to make sure that the email which you are putting here, you have the login status. You need to have the password so that you can get in there at any time when we send you messages. So we're going to type in our email, and our country is of course Cameroon. So here we're going to type in a number. So this number is also very important. You should have an account that is registered to your ID card. So it's a very important case. So you need to make sure that you put a correct number here. Okay, so we currently have our number there. We're going to type in the username we want to use. So we're going to type in the username and we type the password. So you need to make sure your password is very secured. So make sure your password is secured. And here now we're going to type this verification code. So we just verify, type the captcha here, and we agree to the terms and conditions. So before actually agreeing to our terms and conditions, make sure you open it and read. So you can right click, you open on a new tab and read our terms and conditions. Make sure that you accept everything that is written in these terms and conditions before you register. So if this is okay for you, you come back to the login or the registration page here, you click the checkbox to indicate that you've actually accepted our terms and conditions. Then you click on register now. Okay, so as you can see, it says verify the accuracy of your information before submitting. So we give you the opportunity this time to verify everything which you've actually typed in the fields to make sure that it is correct before submitting. So here you can check your names, you check your email. So it's always good to verify your email the second time or the third time if possible. And here you verify your number, you verify everything, you make sure you do your checks, then you click on finalize your registration. So if everything is okay, then you click on finalize. Okay, so now at this point now you're going to receive a verification code at your email. So you're going to receive a code at the email which you need to type in here. That is why I said from the very beginning that your email is very important. So you need to make sure that your email is correct. So I will just directly go to my email here, and as you can see, you have a message from MONEYMAN Africa. And if we open this, we can see the verification code there. So should in case you don't find that verification code at the level of your inbox here, you can verify for at the level of your spam. So you can check the spam here. So in some cases, maybe the email might be found in the spam, but in 100% or less than 90% cases, you will always find your emails in the inbox. Just in very rare cases where you might find in the spam. So should in case you don't still find it here, it means you have surely made a mistake with your email. So the email which you placed there was not correct. So we'll continue now back to this. So we need to copy the code. So I have to go back here and get the code, the verification code which has been sent. So I'll copy this and I'll paste this in here. So as you check below here, we also have an option to resend, and there is also an indication here too. So please check your junk or spam folder if not found. So you can also click on resend here to resend the code the second time. So we're just going to click on submit because we already have our code. And as you can see, everything is fine. And here you have to read the instructions. So this is what we call the KYC verification. So you read the instructions below and get used to reading this before you act. So you need to make sure that you read everything that has been indicated here. You must first complete a KYC form before you view ads, make a deposit or withdraw. The information you provide here are stored. We will verify the validity of this with the forces of law and order in the days ahead. Be careful and be warned. Fake ID cards or impersonation can lead to a prison term of 10 years. So that is a very important notice for you to take note of. So also, as you can see, the images here, they are indicating how you should submit your KYC verification images. And as you scroll further downwards here, you have a KYC verification form which you need to fill. So the first thing that is needed of you is to upload a photo of yourself holding your national ID card on your chest position, so your chest level. So if you notice the image which we have here, you can actually see how we want it to look like for you. And you need to make sure that your images are very visible. So the image which you actually take must be visible, very clear, so that you can actually read what is written on the image. So for all of them, and most people complain that theirs has been rejected. And so in some cases it's because your images are not clear. So when your images are not clear, we are forced to reject. So also you have your ID card number. So you need to make sure that the ID card number which you type in here should correspond with what you have in your ID card. So it should correspond. So if it is not the same with what you have on your ID card, we are also going to reject. So your first name and last name. So firstly, your first name and last name should correspond with what is on your ID card. And secondly, it should also correspond with what is on your account information or your profile. So meaning if it does not correspond, it will not be validated. So what I mean is this: if at this point your first and last name does not correspond to what is in your account, you need to go and modify this. Meaning you go to your account here. So you go to the account, you go to profile. So you go to account, profile, and you need to change your name at this point. So you change the first and last name here, because what you type later on needs to correspond with this. So when you're done, you then click on update. So that is how it works. So we'll go back to the verification here, and we need to upload a photo of ourselves holding the national ID card in the chest position. And please, you need to follow this as it indicated. So here you upload a photo of yourself holding your ID card. Here you upload a photo of the back part of your ID card, meaning you hold your ID card and you film the back part of it, then you submit. And this one, you submit the front part. So you turn your ID card and you take a front part of it. So we have seen cases where people are sending images of themselves holding the back part of the ID. That is not what we expect you to do here. So you snap your ID, the back part, and you submit. And at this point here, you snap the front part of your ID and you submit. So the only part where you're required to submit with yourself is the first upload. As you see at the top here, it says upload a photo of yourself holding your national ID card on the chest position. So firstly, we're going to upload a picture of ourselves holding the ID card in our chest level, and this image must be very clear. So I'm going to get an image here which I have. So that is a picture of myself, and I'll do the same thing for the back part of my ID card. So I need the back part of my ID, and I need to put in the ID card number here. So I'm going to just paste in my ID card number as it is on my ID card. So at this point, we type in our first and last names as on our ID card and also as indicated on our account profile. So we need to type it the same way. So when you do that, at this point here, you need to submit the front section of your ID card, and when everything is done, you click on submit. So after successfully submitting your KYC, you're going to get this indication that your KYC is still pending. You can only view as after it has been approved. So when you submit this, please be patient, because many people have already submitted before you. So we're actually trying to work on theirs first, but yours would as well be approved. So we're going to verify, and if everything is fine, we'll approve. But if it's not fine, then we'll somehow reject, and you will get a notification at the level of your email. So always verify your email for notifications. So in case there is an error and then we reject, so you can verify your email to get an information why it was rejected, so you know what to do next. And there is a limit to which we accept resubmissions, meaning if we notice that you keep submitting the same mistake over and over, you risk getting your account banned. So be very careful when you're submitting, and make sure that you submit what is correct, because if you submit the wrong thing over and over, we are going to end up banning your account. So if your KYC has been approved, for example, if we verify our email now, you can see there is a message that we have just received, and if I open this message, it's indicating to us that our KYC status has been confirmed. So if you successfully approved your KYC, you can refresh your page and you'll be redirected then to the plans where you can subscribe to a plan and start earning money on MONEYMAN.